Hello guys, this tutorial, my name is Cyrus, but I'm formerly known as Nyakamamahle, and I'm going to show you how to create, how to pass variables of structures into functions. So let me just, I was going to create that, let me just delete that and save as structure functions functions. All right, structure functions. That's cpp structure functions. Yeah, that will do it. So first of all, let's just define our libraries or include the preprocessor directive, string as usually, then using namespace standard, then int main function, yeah. Then I have to define my struct here, then my struct will be defined as, let's say, student. Then my student, I want my student to have okay, first name, let me just say name, and then after name I want to have okay, let's just say gender, and then let's say student number, or ID, or student ID, or student number. It's the same thing. But now I want to create a function that will accept the input from the user, and also the function that will print the output to the user. So first, let's create a function that will accept the input from the user. But then let's just create our variable here. So in C, you create a variable just like this, struct student, then your variable name. No, your variable will be your variable is let's just say student. Yeah. Whatever. Then I want to create another one just because you'll see why I'm creating this one. Again, another variable. Just say student variable. You see this one, I want to pass it into the function, but this one and then this one I will use it inside this main function. So I will copy this address, the address of that variable into this variable. So let me just do that. Student variable equals to student. Yeah. Now let's go and create our function. But you can create prototypes. Okay, let me just create prototypes here. Void input. So say student. You see, it has already created it for me, but then you see it. Let me just show you. You see, there. You see, I have to create it just like that one. The compiler already know how to create it, so just say student, and then student, and then yeah, that is my prototype for accepting the input from the user. But I need also another one for printing. So print, you can write print or display, it's up to you. Then here I should say student, then student. Yeah. So yeah, no, I have to put that ampersand. It's written right. It's ampersand symbol. That is called an ampersand symbol. And okay. Now let's define those two functions. Let's define those two functions. So I want to avoid. Yeah, let me just cut and paste that one. Copy and paste it this and paste it here. And then okay. So now let me accept the input. Okay, and let me just say enter the okay student input. Well, that's not necessary, but that's just for control. All right. Okay, student. All right. So here, just wanna say name dot. Then I want to accept. No, I have to use the variable, which is I have to use this variable to accept the input. This one, and also there's this dot operator for accessing my input. So I'll just say student dot, then I put name, and then yeah, but just say enter your name. I just have to prompt the user so that it can enter the name, enter your name, enter your name, enter your name. And I have to just copy that just because I don't want to waste your time, guys. I know you are programmers, you are busy and then stuff, Alright, so paste. Then just say here. Okay, what's going on here? Student number. Okay. Oh, I forgot to close the time and line and line and line and line and line and line and see out. Yeah. So guys, alright, now we're done. So enter your name, then on the second line I want to enter your gender, male or female, and their gender. So whether you are male or female. So enter your student number, enter your student number. Then lastly I want to, okay, so I have to put it there, gender. And then here I have to put a student number, and then yeah, we're good. Student input, okay, that guy, I'll call the syntax error there just because it's not recognized by the C++ compiler. Okay, I think we are set now. Let's print out our output. Let's print out our output now. Let's say void print. Let me just cut it, guys. I don't want to waste time. Let me just cut this one and paste it there so that we can define this prototype. Alright, so let me paste this prototype here and then define it. So this part we are defining our prototype. Even here we're defining the prototype or the input. We're defining this prototype. This one. This is called a prototype, and this one is called the definition. You have to know the difference. Now, this guy alone. Okay, sorry for that. What's going on here? All right. So this guy alone is called a prototype, but then now I have to define it here inside. So and I'll just all right. I see how I'm going to do. So I'll just cut that, paste it, copy that. I'll just copy that and paste it here. So all right. Okay, how are we going to do this, guys? Alright, I'll start it from there. Good, yeah. Then I'll just delete that name. And then I delete from there. Then I start deleting from there. So I just gender, yeah, gender, yeah, student. Then I have to print again the student number. So how are we going to achieve that? Yeah. So yeah, guys, these are the two. So we accepted input from the user there, and then here on this function we are printing that data that we accepted from the user. Yeah. So I'll just say student. Okay. Student. Yeah. And line. Okay. Just skip line there. Just for control. You know what I mean? I see it. And line. Yeah. So let me go to the main function and call these functions. Both the function for input and the function for printing. So let's go here and call it. So print. I want to call those functions. I'll just use student variable. Student variable. Sorry for that. Student variable. And then import 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 and just cut that copy. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now I think we are done. Let's compile so that it can be converted to an object code and then linked and then loaded. Oh, errors. Sorry, I forgot to name those guys. That string name. String gender and Yeah. And then I also have to update here until gender. Male or female. Male or female. Student gender. Okay, gender I've declared. Alright. Let's combine it again to see if it's working. The process of linking, loading, and so on. You see, we have 0 errors, 0 warning. So we have 0 warning, 0 errors. So that means our code can be executed. So while we are waiting, wait. Okay, let me just. Okay, another thing I just want to do, we can write this part into a separate file. You can write this part into a separate file while we are waiting for that to combine. Oh, good. You can write this part into a separate file. This part alone. This part into a separate file, and also this part into another file, and also this part, which is definition, into another part. Meaning we can separate the declaration, the definition, and also the main function. We can separate these files we can separate this program into 3 files, so that it can be easier for us to check our errors, and also it can be clean. Okay, enter name. Let me just write it just like this. Yeah, enter student number. Okay, let's just write a random number there. Okay, see now, let me run it again so that because I didn't enter the gender there. So enter name. So it's Martha. Alright. Then in the gender, the case student number. That's student number. Enter gender. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me start again. I don't know what's going on, but I want to enter gender, but it's not. Female gender, male, and student number. That's my student number. Then these are my results. It's a name, and then I have my gender. It's a male, and then I have my student number. Then let me just put it clean. Student number. And then your name. Okay, and your student number, right? So then I have a student number there. Alright. Let me just then enter gender, male, and then your student number. There are my results. I thought I fixed that. What's going on here? I fixed this student number, but I don't see it there. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, guys, that is how we can We can write a function. We can that is how we can implement functions for input and for output using structures and passing structures into those functions. But let me just show you how can we write this code into three separate files. And we are saying new and to let's open a project first, because they have to be run by the project. We'll just say student. This project will write it as student, then yeah, student project, student. Okay, then let me copy the first part there, which is this part, and then copy that, copy there, paste it there, and then save it, save as. So when you save it, the extension it has to be our header files. Is you have to have that extension .h. It has to have .h extension. So I'll name it. I'll just say student structure. I'll just name that .h student st. Now we have that, and also have to include new file again for the definition part. Then I have to say save as student definition. Then I have to copy the definition there to this file, so the definition starts and then there. So this is the definition part, and copy and paste it here. And also I have to create a new function, which is main function. So just okay, let me just main function. That is our main function. Let me just copy that. Right. Copy. Paste. And now let's include these files. Hashtag include. Hashtag include string. Using namespace standard. And I have to also include that file, which is hashtag include. I have to include this file, and let me close this one just because that one is not working for us. Yes, close that file. You see, this is my project now. I have a working project with three files: the file with the struct, the file with the definition of struct, the file with the main function. Let's say it is, I just say student info, student info, and I just say student info main function. I'm not gonna write that, it's just a waste of time. Student, see now these files are different. This one with the struct, it has a .h. This one it ends with the .cpp extension. Those two files end with the .cpp extension, but this one ends with .h extension. So we have to include this one to both of these files. So I'll just say include student st.h. So I include it here, Include it here. Hashtag include. Yeah, you have to include it like that. And also I have to include it. Copy. I have to include it here. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. I have to include it there. And also, let me include this file here. Yeah, I have done that. So now let's compile our code and see if it's running. Okay, okay. The reason why I want to separate these files, its input was not declared in the scope. Okay, what's happening here? Input was not declared, print was not declared. I don't need to declare them because they are already declared. So let's check what's happening. Alright, target employee function int student st. So that's one student variable input print is not declared, but okay, what's happening here? I've included. Okay, guys, okay. Alright, I see that's the problem there. That's the problem there. So I have to declare this. I didn't declare there. So a declaration, I have to copy that and put it in a declaration file. This is called a declaration file. This is where you declare all your files. So this is a function declaration of function prototype, as well as this one. Okay, as well as this one. This is a function declaration of function prototype. So I forgot to copy these ones from that file that I had earlier on. So paste it. So this is how, guys, this is how your declaration file will look like. And also, since you declared these functions here, you have to define them in this function. But in this function, you have to also include the struct. The struct, you have to include the whole file. Then this is how you include it. And then in main function, you also include that class. Sorry, it's not a class, a struct. I'm used to C++ classes. So you have to include that student st.h file, which has a declaration. So okay, let me just print that. Let me just compile it and run it. Okay. As you see, it's running. So now, since it's easier for now. It's easier for us now to just to debug, to look for errors, just because it's not returning to the same file. It's returning to a separate file. So now it can be easier for me to spot an error in this file, just because, as you can see, this code is so small. It's so small. It's so small compared to the first one that I wrote and compiled. Now it's easier to spot error in this file, and also it's easy to spot error in this part, and also it's easy to spot error in this part, in this file. And also by doing this, we are performing an abstraction, meaning we want to put we don't want to show the definition here, just like in the car. We don't want to show you how does the engine works. We just want to show you the steering wheel. This is just an interface file whereby you just control your car. The car is just an example whereby you control your car. See, you don't want to know what's going on behind the definition. We just want to know this file, which is implementation file, the driver code. This code is called the driver code. It controls everything that is going behind. This is what is going behind. You, the programmer, you know what's going behind, but then the user does not care about this file. It cares about this file. It cares about this. In fact, it wants to see this. You see. It's running, it's running. Okay, yeah, it's running. You see, student enter name, and then enter gender, name, enter student number. Then yeah, I'm done. So I just cancelled it there. Let me run it again. What's going on? See, that is my output. So this part is done by the input function. This part is done by the print function. So guys, thank you for watching, and if you like the content, just like and subscribe. Thank you.